I'm Brian Parsons. 4 area teams will play in state semifinal games tomorrow. Oscar Smith, Nansemond River, Lafayette, and Poquoson, all in the hunt for a state crown. Oscar Smith won the Class 6A Region Championship last week, and the Tigers will play undefeated Colonial Forge tomorrow in Stafford. Oscar Smith beat Colonial Forge in the state semifinals last year, but that game was in Chesapeake. This year, the Tigers have to make the drive to Northern Virginia. Oscar Smith will have an added weapon this year. Requan Harrell, an all-purpose player, just transferred from Western Branch to Oscar Smith, and he's eligible to play tomorrow. Now, this season, the Tigers saw their 99-game district winning streak snapped by Kings Fork. But Smith did knock off previously undefeated Lansdowne 38-0 last week to win the region title. Now, Oscar Smith will try to return to the state championship game.
It's been a different season. You know, losing to Kings Fork, that turned the program around a lot. So I think it was a humbling moment. We had to just keep playing our football, playing Smith football. That's what's getting us through the playoffs.
Well, they've got a lot of really good athletes, so it's a challenge, you know. And these kids need to rise, and we need to rise to the occasion. It'll be a tough environment.
The players on Oscar Smith will have stickers on their helmets honoring their old coach Bill D. He passed away last season. So if you're looking for any extra motivation, it doesn't get much bigger than that. Oscar Smith against Colonial Forge with a trip to the Class 6 state title game on the line. Nansemond River won the Class 5A region title last week over Salem. At one point this season, Nansemond River was 4-4, but the Warriors have strung together 5 wins in a row. Their opponent in tomorrow's state title semifinal game, the 2-time reigning state champions from Highland Springs, winners of 12 games in a row.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch them grow and get better as the year went on. We were not a finished product as the season went on, but we're excited about the opportunity, and they're having fun, and they're got 2 games. Hopefully we have 2 games left, and we'll see what happens this week.
This is a great challenge. I have much respect for this Highland Springs team. Any team that can win back-to-back state titles has my respect, but we don't look at them as the previous champions. We look at them as an opponent, and they're in our way of getting to our goal. It's a state championship.
Again, tomorrow's game is at Highland Springs. In the Class 4 state semifinals, Lafayette makes the trip to Mineral, Virginia to take on an undefeated Louisa team. Lafayette has won 12 games in a row. Is this the year Lafayette makes it back to the state title game? Nathan Epstein visited with the Rams, and he has the story from Williamsburg.
Every year, it's always a question on how good Lafayette's going to be.
Now in late November,
this football team, if you were to ask them 45 for 45, will tell you we're going to the state championship game.
There's no question.
I definitely think it is this year.
Lafayette is looking to finish, having made it at least to the state semifinal in 3 out of the last 4 seasons.
I think this group is definitely special, and I felt this a little early on in the season. I felt like we gelled well.
There's something about this team, I don't know what it is. We don't have a star, we don't have a go-to guy on offense.
On defense, head coach Andy Lynn has 2, linebacker and Navy commit Armani Burton and outside linebacker Jack Irwin.
One of them tends to be the one to make that play that sparks the team a little bit more.
We both make plays in the pass rush and run defense. We're both very enthusiastic about this game. We care a lot about this team. We're both leaders on this team.
Last week, this team used its dominant ground game to take down top seed Kings Fork. This week, the Rams head to an undefeated 12-0 Louisa team.
No pressure at all, just another game. No pressure, I feel no pressure, we only apply it.
They're just looking at Louisa as the next playoff game, next team before we get to the state championship game.
For the Rams, it's another chance. What more could they ask for?
A ring. That's all I want. I want a ring, and I want that big trophy.
It's another opportunity on Saturday. In Williamsburg, Nathan Epstein for the Sports Wrap.
And finally, in the Class 3 state semifinals, Poquoson travels to Stanton to take on Robert E. Lee. Poquoson is 10-3, Lee is 12-1. Clashing styles in this one. Lee likes to spread out the field and open up the offense, while Poquoson is more of a ball control, run first, chew up the clock kind of team. The Islanders haven't won a state title since 2010, but a win tomorrow over Robert E. Lee, and they would be back in the state title game with a chance to bring another trophy back to Bull Islander country.